Hey guys, what's up? This is MPFSU again with another video. This one time we're checking out this game that I haven't been able to record because it took developers a minute to get it optimized very well. I was able to play it, but it dropped in frames tremendously when I tried to record it. So definitely happy now that I actually can record the game. And so what we're looking at here is just to show you a little overlay of it. It's the future. I mean, this game, it's free to play, but the graphics are just insane. The action is insane, and we're gonna get into that a little bit later. As far as the action, you'll see that later in the video. But just want to give you an idea of what the map looks like, how you get in and deploy. And so right here, I'm deploying. I got a squad of 12 with me. As you can see in the chatter box there next to the squad, the platoon leaders are talking, and they're just giving orders to the squad leaders, and most of the squads in general, you can kind of select what you want to do as far as who you would rather listen to. But I generally keep it on the platoon leaders because I want to see what the whole strategy, what all the strategy is going on, and what decisions they're making. And we just captured this base. I just joined in and just captured this base, so I'm going here to pick up a tank. I realize I'm not the engineer class, so kind of go ahead and switch classes. And that's the one good thing about the game. You can always switch classes. There's opportunities to do it, even at a mobile spawn point. If they have a Sunderer deployed, you can actually switch out your class from there, and it kind of plays out similar to a game I played. It was a mod of Battlefield 2 back in the day. The name escapes me right now, but it's very it was a simulation of war where you had to dig holes and stuff like that. So I mean, obviously this game is not like that. It's a little more, not as it's more futuristic and nothing like that game, but it has some components of it that I liked, and so this that's what makes the game pretty awesome. So now I'm in this lightning tank, which is this game's fast version of the it's just a light tank, so it doesn't have heavy armor, and it's mainly used for infantry. Just kind of weed out the infantry in tight little spots. But it doesn't carry any personnel. It only carries one player. And I mean, you can see how massive the world is. I mean, it's there's like 3 maps. Each faction has their own continent, and I believe this is the TR's continent. If people will correct me if I'm mistaken, but it's I believe it's TR's continent, and we're pretty much zerging them right now. We're moving forward, pushing forward really heavy, and trying to capture as many bases as possible while they are limited in the amount of men they have. So we're moving on these different bases, and so I'm I'm not the greatest at the game. I'm still getting used to it, because at one point, the first time, it wasn't very playable for me because of the frames, and now they finally patched it to where it's it can handle it's pretty much optimized, pretty nice frame. Now for recording, you don't really get the aspect of the frames right now, but without me being recorded, it runs very smooth, and I mean, it looks just it's just a great looking game. I mean, to be the size and this massive, it's one of the best looking games out right now, all things considered. Now I know Crisis is coming down the pipe, but this game just looks amazing. I mean, look at the lighting. Look how the lights are just shining off the armor there. And you see a little frame rate drops right here because I'm moving into some intense action here. So it's going to straighten itself out, and that's what they did when they optimized it. So it kind of gets hard once you get into the place, but once everybody's loaded, it runs very smooth. So you can see we're hitting up this spawn area they have. I guess it's the last part of their the base that they control, and we're just spamming spamming artillery and shells in there to see if we can, you know, capture some kills for some splash damage. And that's the key component in some of these, you know, using these vehicles. You don't want to get into the thick of things. You want to support your teammates from a distance. So that's what we're doing right here. And you know, not a lot of heavy action right now. Later in the video we get into some heavy action because we finally get to a point where we meet some resistance. You know, which we're not meeting much resistance right now. And see, right in front of me, you can see the Sunderer. That's a Sunderer deployed right there. That's a sort of like an APC vehicle. It's not really heavily. It is heavily armored. It rolls around on regular wheels, and then it deploys, and it can be used as a mobile spawn. And also, that's how you can, you know, change your equipment. You know, if they say, oh, we need engineers, or you can resupply if you run out of ammo. You can, if you're near the Sunderer, you can get back to it, resupply, and get back into the action. So you know, everything plays out pretty well. It can be very intense in a lot of spots. And this is, you know, if you have a decent PC that can run this game, which is it's a resource hog. I mean, it definitely is a resource hog. But if you have the graphics card and a PC to run this game, you need to download it, especially if you like first-person shooters. You need to download this because it is free. And I mean, it's just a no-brainer right there, man. Free game, intense action, great gameplay, smooth animations, great graphics. I mean, you just can't. It should, you know, shouldn't be a reason. And other thing is, this map is consistent too. It's like an MMO, so it never ends. So you have a day and night cycle. This is the night cycle, so it, you know, it may seem a little dark right now, but it'll lighten up. And you know, you have daylight, and I mean, you can see how the lighting effects is. I mean, there's even shadows even in the night, and it's like, you know, this place area is well lit. But you'll see in a second here, as you're looking up into this long I don't know what you want to call it, long canal that used to be a canal or something. It's a chasm or whatever it is that we're capturing this base, but we're getting ready to try to get a big assault on this next base. And as you can see, the action is getting really intense here. Everyone's firing, explosions all over the place, bullets flying all over the place. It's insane, very intense. Now what you see here is these are their version of, you know, elevators. This helps you get to different spots, different levels in the actual buildings, because the buildings aren't destructible like they are on Battlefield, but you know, the fidelity of and everything, they thought of everything in this game. You know, all the attention to detail is just amazing. Now this is, as you see, you know, the smoke from the rockets going on. There's some explosions up there, a lot of tracer fire. So, you know, this is action side time right now. A lot of action. Take a few hits. I go down, but see, as my squad moves up, and so they're pulling me back up, and because you have all your classes. You have medic, engineer, whose, you know, job is to repair. You have heavy assault, which deals with armor, because they have a rocket launcher that they can switch to, and they have a light machine gun. So they're pretty much heavy, and mainly for support. Now I'm running engineer right now, because I was in a light. I was in that light tank earlier, and it ended up blowing up, so I got out of it. As you can see here, you know, several dudes there on the map. Explosions, rockets flying all over the place, tanks firing. They're trying to destroy our tank. We're trying to move up, and you know, I'm gonna get a few kills right here. You see, guys, my teammates was falling down. I don't even know how I got that kill there, because I could not get a foothold on the side of this hill that I'm on. But luckily my shields come back. I'm still trying to hold the spot down till my squad mates move up. But you can see how intense it is right here, and just look at the lighting effects. It's just an amazing looking game, and it's a lot of fun. It's definitely a lot of fun. Now, as you can see in the left corner there, every time I get a kill, or when I, do something, capturing points or repair something, I get a percentage of XP upgrade. So now I'm getting plus 5%. So everything I do is going to be plus 5%. You can get up to 15 and 25 and 50% XP percentage. And it's great that they actually added that recently, because it allows you to get cert points, which is how you upgrade your soldier in the game. And before it was very difficult to do, but now it's a little easier. It's still difficult, but easier to get upgrades, because they want you to pay for upgrades. That's the free to play model. You normally pay to get extra experience and extra boost to upgrade your guy faster. So but still, you can see here we're still pushing up. We met some resistance, but we're still pushing up here. And these guys are trying to hold down their spots. Now the spot mechanic, I'm using the spot mechanic. It's not the greatest, as Battlefield seems like it works very well. This one is kind of touchy. Sometimes you can spot guys, sometimes they won't be spotted. But for the most part, if you can see them, you have a good shot of hitting them. But their gun mechanics are very close to the way Battlefield is, and that's what I like the game. You got your nice aim down sights, but the camera movement is in your character's head versus like some other games where it's not. And so you get the full animations, and everything, and your movement impacts your aiming. And you just can't run around and aim and do kind of stuff. So I like that. It makes it a little more challenging, and it makes it seem, adds a little bit of realism. Although it's not a realistic game. It's not real at all. But it adds to that immersion, gets you immersed, and you're gonna see how expansive this game is. Now, see, we've been moving up this hill here, and I found this area where I could kind of sneak around and get to the base, because we're trying to get to this huge base that's on the other side. And you see that mark off in the distance. That's for another platoon's waypoint that I'm seeing right there. But we're headed up here, and now I see a dude there. But you see, as I come up over this hill, and I get to see, finally made it up. And yeah, I'm starting to see the base, and look at this. Just look how massive this game is. And I can still see tracer fire from there, and there's other battles going on up there. So it looks like some of the platoon have moved a different route. They kind of pincer them in. But then look down here. Look at the tanks. The tanks are down there, and I'm trying to spot them. I can't spot any of them. I end up dying, but pretty much the end of the video right here. But if you have a PC that can run this game, please download it. It is free, and it is a great game for free. And no game, I think, as of late, free to play, matches this game as far as quality and production value. So pick it up when you can. All right, talk to you later. Peace.